Market's taking a bit of a dive, huh? It's clearly showing a lot of weakness, and we're gonna have to see what the next steps are for the market. VIX was showing a lot of strength. The bonds were showing a lot of strength. Big weakness signals to the overall market. So in today's video, we're gonna take a look at how much further there is to go. All right, so we're gonna look at the large tech stocks, the S&P, the Russell, and all that good stuff. All right, so without further ado, let's get started with the video. So very clearly, number one, this is the daily chart of the S&P. The market has not closed yet, and we could see that in this uptrend, this level was very, very important on the S&P, and this was basically the 603 level on the SPY, and this collapsed as soon as we broke below it. It was a wrap. I was basically saying how this was a major make or break point for the level. If we held, then we were going to continue. But if we broke, it was going to break very, very violently. And that's exactly what ended up happening. And yeah, so now you could see that things are starting to get outside of the lower levels of the Bollinger Band. It's not yet extremely overextended to the downside, but things are starting to get there. Okay, so don't mind the messy charts, but you can see the SPY is nearing lots of support here in the 580s. Absolutely insane. The NASDAQ is starting to come back down to this trend line. We were talking about how we could potentially come back down to this trend line a few days ago, and here we are almost retesting it. So this is absolutely insane that we are getting very, very close to the trend line level on the NASDAQ. This level on the NASDAQ is essentially at 513 for tomorrow. So if we can hold 513 tomorrow, that's going to be a very good sign for the NASDAQ. And then the Russell is down 5% today. It is very, very, very overextended to the downside in terms of the Bollinger Band as well. But we can still, things are really starting to get very overextended now. Yeah, I might have to pause the video or something like that and start looking for some trades. But since we're already here, take a look at Mara. So Mara is getting down to where I wanted to buy a dip. So Mara is getting close to a dip buy opportunity. The large tech stocks, AMD is also really retesting this trend line. So basically, in terms of seasonality, this is what we basically wanted to see. We wanted to see a bit of a dip into this portion of December for a run up into the end of the year and then into the early December. So yeah, so we had to take something, but anyway, this is really the weakness that we're seeing right now is not going to sustain itself, and the primary reason why I think something like this is not going to continue to the downside for the next few weeks. It could, but the main thing that we have to look at first and foremost is the VIX. So the VIX is up 40% today, and we were watching and monitoring the VIX, and we saw how yesterday the VIX was very bullish. So we ended up seeing how, because it was holding these levels of support, this ended up causing the overall market to start to bounce as well. So now, one of the reasons why I don't think the market can just continue to capitulate is the VIX is starting to get really overheated to the upside. And usually when the VIX gets like this, there tends to be a bit of a pullback or some sort of a sell-off. Okay, so basically if the VIX pulls back, it's going to basically be bullish for the market. So this sort of strength in the VIX is not really going to sustain itself unless we get another monstrous day tomorrow. That could be great. If we get another monstrous day tomorrow on the VIX, that would aid to our thought process of being long on the market, because this sort of strength in the VIX, like I said, is not going to sustain itself. So basically, when you're looking at the junk TLT, right? Sorry, we just scalped the IWM. I actually just bought the dip, and the contract shot up like crazy. This just occurred. Might as well just show you guys. Basically, we went long on the IWM here. So here we go, the 1 minute time frame on the IWM. We bought down here, and I saw a bottom forming, so then we bought, and then it skyrocketed. So I got into December 20th, 222 calls, and then within like minutes, like very very quickly, December 22nd calls, they ended up shooting up over 10-15%. So yeah, man, this is a really really fun time to make a YouTube video. But regardless, my inclination is that I want to be bullish when you have this much overextensions to the downside. And if tomorrow we end up gapping down even lower, if tomorrow, by God's grace, we end up gapping down even lower on the IWM, on the S&P, the NASDAQ, things like that, and if the VIX continues to skyrocket, this is going to be a really, really just, I'll be bullish. I don't know if it's going to be a really good long opportunity, but this is something that I would use for definitely for a long opportunity for 3-4 months down the line. And this is basically what I wanted for quite some time. Thankfully, we ended up swinging AMD and IWM calls. Swings, those ended up doing well. And then we had the capitulation. So I want to reposition myself down here somewhere if we can get into good plays. And hopefully that is what's going to end up happening. Mara is definitely one of these stocks that I'm looking at. Bitcoin actually did not take as big of a tumble compared to what I would imagine should have happened, which is pretty interesting. But definitely we're looking at AMD, Mara. We're looking at these stocks, and I want to start seeing some. I mean, this is probably as good as it's going to get. Maybe thing is, the general concept is when you see a drawdown like this, a huge, monstrous drawdown like this, it's tough to continue being bearish. Like it's tough to start being bearish. Okay, it's one thing to be bearish up here. That's one thing, right? But then to start being bearish after a giant move to the downside is FOMO. That's how you lose your money, and that's chasing, and you can't do that. So this is something that I generally never ever do. This is not something that you should. I mean, even if it does continue dropping, so be it. It wasn't meant for you. But if you're trying to chase a trade now, this is like you need to have very tight stop losses, and you need to trade very, very safe. But with that being said, I'm speaking very fast. I'm looking at some trades. I'm monitoring my positions and stuff, and it's really fun, really really fun. We took 8 trades. We took 7 or 8 trades in the past hour and a half, and all of them worked. And this is just a spectacular day, man. Just a spectacular day. We started off with 2 losses, 2 trades that were -10, -15, 12%, right? And after that, winner after winner after winner after winner. And thankfully, we caught this entire move as well. Just show you guys here. So yeah, so basically I had very tight stop losses. I think we ended up going short over here. So we ended up going short over here with a 5-day stop loss, and then obviously that didn't work out, and then I think we ended up going short over here with a 5-day stop loss. No, sorry, over here. So then we ended up going short over here and here with a 5-day stop loss. Both of those trades didn't work out. They were both 10%, 15% loss. And like basically I thought the market was going to fall. So I entered short again over here. I told everyone, look, this is the highest quality trade all morning. This is not revenge trading. Because generally when you're taking, because look, generally, if you're taking puts and you're going short multiple times, if you're continuing to trade in that same direction, it looks like you're trying to revenge trade or you're trying to force something. So up here, I told people, I was like, look, this is not revenge trading. This is not me trying to, be emotional. I'm telling you, this is the highest quality trade that you could probably take over here. And, these contracts ended up really, 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 really skyrocketing. And thankfully, they worked out very, very well, almost 100%. And thankfully, they made up for the losses in the morning. So, obviously. So, with that being said, yeah, so then after that, we took some more trades. And they just worked out really well, man. Thankfully. So, today was pretty fun. I hope you guys did well. And hopefully, I don't know what to say. Today was very, very good. Really nice. And I probably need to go for a walk. You guys, if you guys need as well, go for a walk. Take some time off. Just relax. All right. So hope you guys had a good day. Hope we have a good rest of the week as well. All right. Love you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Thank you.